What's up guys, it's Graphic Phoenix back with another video today, and today is the second day of May Madness and I'm bringing you a plant tour. This plant room is going to be a little bit different than the other ones because I'm actually going to bring all the plants out on my bed and basically kind of mess around with them on there. So you guys will see me pull them out, kind of inspect them, look at them, tell you a little bit about them. That's for everything in this tank here. For this tank right now, I'm just going to go over all the plants in here. I'm not going to really pull them out. So we have two air plants. We got one there and one there. They're actually just held in with like a little bit of garden wire. Which is kind of why they're floating. That's the reason. We got the variegated like fig, which is doing really well, and I'm super happy with its growth. It does look like there's a non-variegated leaf there though, so that's gonna have to stop. There is a dwarf phalaenopsis, another dwarf phalaenopsis, and then supposed to be another dwarf phalaenopsis, but I don't think it actually is. I think that's just gonna grow to be a much larger plant when it's older. And there is several ponytail palm trees back there. I'm gonna add those to Sheldon's tank when they're a little bit bigger and he can't eat them, just because I don't know if they're 100% safe for them or not. If you guys know for sure, can link me to a website that says that they are safe or aren't safe for tortoises, be sure to let me know and leave a link in the comments. These guys all here are actually all passion fruit seeds. Now I basically went to my local Safeway, they had fresh passion fruit. I ate two and took the seeds from one, all the seeds, and tried to germinate them. You can see there's a little bit of weird growth habit going on. That's because they're in the planted tank with two 10.0 UVBs on them, so there's a lot of UVB and it was causing some really weird growth habit. As you can see, the new leaves are all turning to normal, natural leaves. So whatever was wrong is now rectified and they're starting to grow really nicely. Down there is just a pothos cutting that I took from one of the tanks and decided to plant to see if it would work. Up here with my lovely day for a Guinness tortoise, there is a big bromeliad. It really shouldn't be up here too much longer because, I mean, there's not really that much light. So I'm going to bring it into one of that tank, maybe put it in this tank. I haven't really decided yet. As you can see, it's a huge bromeliad, so wherever it's going to fit, I do not know. The last one that's not in a tank itself is this beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid. It's just sitting here so I can enjoy the nice petals on it. It's getting old. The flowers are getting a little bit wilted and probably going to die pretty soon. But there was, aha, there it is. There's a node right there. So this will probably keep growing and grow a couple more flowers. Maybe not a lot more flowers, but maybe one or two. That would be really nice. Alright, so this right here is a vanilla orchid. This one kind of broke off and was starting to rot, so I decided to put it in like a basically Costco container that held Costco food, and with some media, keeping it nice and moist. It could use a little bit of a misting right now, so that's what I'll do. And yeah, just keeping it nice and moist, hoping that it will come back and continue growing, because these guys in Canada are very hard to come by. And when they are found, they are very expensive. So care-wise, these guys like hot, humid temperatures. They are pretty much perfect for a greenhouse, especially if you live in like California and whatnot. They will grow perfectly for you there, just because they like heat, they like humidity, and they will grow very well. So I'm hoping this guy still comes back. Next on the list here is a Dracula orchid. It's a Dracula mopsis. I have no idea. I can't see the screen on my camera, so I said its name anyway. It's a Dracula mopsis, and if you guys watched the Equina order, the very first video where I got these, you can see that a lot of the leaves did end up dying off, but these look like a couple of the remainders. They are starting to get a little bit of black spots at the top. So I'm going to need to check out to inspect whether those are... I just believe that's I mean, standard. Like, I think there might be either too humid or too much light or something like that. But these guys really, really like being wet all the time. So having these in like a dart frog tank or something like that would be an absolute pleasure for them. I'm not sure if I have a dart frog tank big enough for these, but hopefully I'll have one in the near future. So that is the Dracula mopsis. So this is the Biophytum Zenkerai, as I showed. I don't know if it's sensitive. I mean, I know it can bend, and it will bend at the leaves, which is why you can see some of them are open, some of them are closed. Typically they start off in the morning completely wide open, and then as the day progresses they slowly get more closed, and then they reopen again. So I'm not sure whether that's a sign of what. I really don't know. But it's looking very, very good. I did actually order 2 of these plants from Equina, and it only came with 1, but it has 2 like stems. So I feel like that's a little bit of a cop-out and probably not right. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just trying to bring this back to health and hopefully incorporate it in one of my dart frog builds coming up pretty soon. So this is the next plant in the list here. There is still some there. Can't really see it all that well, but this is a silver philodendron. I don't know the exact like species name for it. That's what it's called. Like, I don't know. Common name is the silver philodendron, and it's doing really well. I'm basically just keeping the soil moist and keeping it well watered. It's growing very quickly and great for dart frog tanks. I'll be doing another video on the whole dart frog vivarium plants coming up soon when I actually plant mine out. Alright, so now we have a whole big batch of plants that I have. You can still see the biophytums not in the tank off to the corner there. But this is a whole batch of smaller plants. This is basically an avocado that we ate, and I am now growing. You can see the root there. It's growing pretty well. I'm pretty excited for it, so I'm glad that it's growing well for me, because I really like avocado plants and they take forever to grow. Like, this is, I don't remember when I started it, but it's probably something like a month and a half, 2 months, maybe 3 months old. I'm guessing like about a month and a half range. This stuff here is basically Wandering Jew, another amazing dart frog tank like plant. It grows really, really quickly and really, really well. So something to look out for. It grows like a weed though. Once you have it, you'll never get rid of it. Unless you're like me and you fertilize it. That kills it really quickly. These 3 here are lithops. They're basically the mimicry plant, or stone faces as it says there. They look like stones, but they're not. They're plants. These are succulents, and the next 2 that I have down there are also succulents that I'll be showing you guys. And I really like these. I'm hoping to make a succulent garden upstairs, and that'll be nice for everyone, because, I mean, who doesn't like succulents? This is called like a split rock. So you can see, I mean, this is a plant. Like, this is like me squeezing on it. I mean, there's a little bit of give, but it's so weird. They're really cool, though. Like, they're fascinating. Look at that thing. Very nice. This one here, I have no idea what it's called. I think it just, yeah, succulent assorted 2-inch. It looks really nice, though. It has some flower spikes sending up, and I'm hoping that when I plant this, it'll grow well. And here's the big boy. This is most of the plants from the Equina order. These are all basically plants, minus the 2 ferns that are down here that are kind of drying out, unfortunately. They are all from the Equina order. You guys have seen this before. If you've seen that video, then you have seen this before. If not, then I don't know what you're doing. But you can see there, Discae Hystrixenia. Don't judge. Don't hate. It's a beautiful plant. I really like this thing. It's going to be going in one of my new dart frog builds for sure. And then this is the Bulbophyllum, or yeah, Bulbophyllum exaltatum. It lost all of its leaves it lost pretty much everything. I'm really hoping that he can just hang in there and live. I really don't want this to die, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's written its fate, so I guess we'll have to see what ends up happening. But those two are the vanilla plants. This is the vanilla odorata, and then this is the vanilla plantifolia variegated or variegata variety. They're both growing really well. This guy has some new roots coming in at the bottom there, and hopefully some will start to come up on the actual like pole itself. That would be really nice, but I already went over the care for these guys. They're basically the same as the other one, as the other vanilla that I showed you earlier. Alright, and next up we have this Bulbophyllum. It's not looking so great. I try and keep it as damp as I can, but I think the old nursery that I got it from kind of wrote its future. There are these two new growths coming on, and I'm hoping that those will kind of find their way and do something in that sense, but I'm not really holding my breath. It's okay. It's shriveled, so there's not really any way to kind of reverse that, but I'm really hoping that this guy comes back. This is actually an oncidium, not a Bulbophyllum. Sorry, guys. These are obviously some very nice looking Bromeliads. These two right here. This one's growing a lot from where it used to be, clearly. Looking very, very nice. I'll move you guys a little bit to check it out. Then we have all these silver, or these aluminium plants here. They are all aluminium plants. There is one silver philodendron back there, as you can see. It's not centered, but you can see it right there. And I do not remember for the life of me what this little guy's called, but he is a very cool little plant. I'm really hoping he survives, because again, I miswatered him and basically killed most of it, so I'm hoping that this part will stay alive and keep growing and do well. Alright, we're coming on to our second last batch of plants here before I can just lift you guys up into the actual cage itself and show you the last couple. But these are all bromeliads. There's an air plant there, as you can see, another bromeliad, a bromeliad pup with its parent bromeliad, and then another beautiful Bromeliad sabotage, or neoregelia sabotage. These are all neoregelia species, so they're all extremely colorful, extremely crazy looking. And while we're talking about bromeliads, I'll get down this guy here. And this is kind of a disaster of several different bromeliads. They're all growing to different varieties. They're all, this is a Bromeliad Fireball, I believe, the one that I'm shaking. These two, oh look, this guy has another pup, so this is his second pup. This guy right here, looking very nice. And then this has a pup as well. Just take off that dead leaf and check it out. See how they pup like that? And I don't know if this was supposed to be another pup and it just died or what. That's the rest of the bromeliads. As you can see, excuse my clothes and stuff in the background, but I got a lot of plants. These aren't all of them either. So in the tank itself, this is just a container full of flame moss that I was using for the dart frog babies. So in there we have a hibiscus that is doing really well. It'll be like its third, fourth, fifth, something like that. I think those are the fourth, fifth, and sixth flowers that it's produced this year on there at the very top coming off. You can see it right there. Behind that we have a beautiful carnivorous plant, a Nepenthes ventrata, I believe is what I was told it is. With some very nice pictures growing on in there. And last but not least, we have a red nerve plant that is growing very, very well. So all in all, things are all doing very, very well. They could use some waterings, but that's kind of the plant room tour, guys. I know it's going to be another long video, and I'm sure you guys don't mind. So if you've been liking the May Madness so far and want to stay tuned for the rest of the month, Subscribe to my channel and check back every single day. I will have another video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, drop them in the comments. And subscribe to my channel like I already said. Have a good one, guys. Graphic Phoenix, out of here.